52-6. And I'm pretty sure that was after the third quarter. They're laying the stone cold smackdown on the Jacksonville Jaguars. What didn't the Detroit Lions show you today? This win could not be more impressive. Jacksonville scored first, mind you. They got out 3-0, and the Detroit Lions just said, that's good enough. We'll take it from here. Your thoughts on my hometown Detroit Lions? I would love to hear it.
Well, their defense looked really good. Obviously Mac Jones and this Jacksonville Jaguars offense haven't shown much all season.
No.
They didn't show much when they had the other quarterback at the helm. They didn't show much with Mac Jones, but still, this defense, beating bad teams is still an art. Like, there are teams that play to the level of their opponent. That's not what the Detroit Lions are. They showed them, hey, there's a huge gap between what y'all are and what we are, and they showed it over and over and over, executing every single drive. Their first 7 drives down the field, they scored touchdowns. And again, back to the conversation with the San Francisco 49ers, that's the difference between elite contenders, is that they score when they get into the red zone. When they get into the red zone, it's pretty much a done deal. Your fate is sealed. They're scoring. And the Lions, coming off that very, as Jahmyr Gibbs said, weird game where they had all the interceptions and everything working against them, Murphy's Law, everything that could go wrong went wrong, and they were still able to win that game. I think it gives the team a bit of a shield, a bit of an invincibility complex, because you say, hey, even on our worst day, we can still win. So they're not having their worst day in this game. Jared Goff, 24 of 29, 412 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, and a perfect passer rating. Would almost get him back into that MVP conversation if he didn't throw 5 picks the last time, Mitchell. So he's nowhere near the conversation at this point. But great game from Amon-Ra St. Brown, a huge game from Jameson Williams, probably his best game as a pro. 4 catches, 124 yards, and a touchdown. Cool to see him get back involved. That incredible safety duo played their butt off. Brian Branch had a really, really crucial hit in the game. Kirby Joseph had the interception. So you just saw really good performances from all over the place. Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery both got a touchdown in the first quarter. One got a 1-yard touchdown. Then Jahmyr Gibbs said, I'm faster than everybody, and I'm going to get a touchdown too. And so that was really cool. He also had the reception. Jahmyr Gibbs had the reception for 54 yards where he just looked so fast, and I thought he was scoring a touchdown on that one. But they look great. They look like a really good team. And this is what they've looked like. They look like the team they're supposed to look like when you talk about a contender, and they're the best team in the NFC right now. And I think that's clear. With Tony Gonzalez on the broadcast was saying that it may be somebody else as the best team in the NFC, the Philadelphia Eagles. And I said, not so fast, my friend. Lee Corso works both ways. And he said, not so fast when you're talking about the other teams as well, because they are not as complete as the Detroit Lions are right now. And getting Zadarius Smith is only going to help them. He kind of got banged up a little bit in this game. I'm pretty sure he's all right. But as he continues to get out there and get rolling, I think he's going to be really impactful.
Well, you got to love it, Richard. We've seen it. I mean, you saw it, guys. If you have not tuned in the Jahmyr Gibbs episode with Richard earlier this week, this podcast has turned into a Detroit Lions fan base podcast. I love to see the Honolulu Blue tuning in every week. And Richard, as we got to recognize the players in primetime, brought to you by Breitling, our friends and partners. It's going to Jared Goff. Let's go, baby. Jared Goff deserved it with that perfect passing rating. The Detroit Lions outgained the Jaguars by 475 yards today. That's the most since 1979. Their 46-point win is the largest in Lions history. And Jared Goff, I know you say last week, I agree with you. He might be setting sail on that MVP conversation. But wait a moment here. Lamar Jackson had a regression to the mean too. So maybe Jared Goff squeaks his way back in. Jared Goff is today's player in primetime, brought to you by Breitling, our friends and partners over there.